May 3rd, 2024. A Bitcoin trader was about to transfer 1,155 wrapped Bitcoin tokens to another address over the blockchain. But what he doesn't know is that this $70 million worth of Bitcoin was about to get lost. But how exactly are he going to lose this money? And will he ever be able to get the money back? May 3rd, 2024. An experienced crypto trader was about to make a massive transfer. Who is the receiver on the other side? We don't know, but the money was big. How much specifically? $70 million. He calmly opened his dashboard, navigated to his transaction history, and found the wallet address of a previous transaction. To double check, he meticulously verified the first and last set of characters. Everything seemed in order. This was the address he was looking for. Confidently, he copied the address to his clipboard, pasted it into the new transaction, and clicked send. But what he doesn't know is that he had done a crucial mistake that he will regret for the rest of his life. Later, he messaged the recipient on the other side to confirm the transfer, but instead of a confirmation, he received a message that sent nightmares into his head. The funds hadn't arrived. Confused and enraged, he rushed back to his transaction logs. The Bitcoin had been deducted from his wallet, so where did it go? He went back to check the address he had sent the Bitcoins to. He carefully checked every character of the address he had sent the Bitcoin to. At first glance, it was a match, but then he noticed something that made his heart sink. The first and last set of characters were the same, but the middle completely different. He realized what was happening. He fell into the trap. This was address poisoning, and while he was busy banging his head against a wall, the hacker on the other side was celebrating his $70 million payday. But how exactly did an address this identical found its way into his wallet in the first place? The scam starts when the attacker uses his tools to scan for recent transactions on the blockchain. This helps him identify active accounts. Once they have identified their victims, they deploy a powerful algorithm capable of generating hundreds of wallet addresses in mere moments. In just 72 seconds, a single address is created. But these aren't just any addresses, these are poisoned ones. In this attack, scammers exploit a simple oversight, the tendency for the sender to verify only the beginning and the end of an address. They create a fake address, a digital lookalike, matching those crucial characters, the set of characters at the beginning and the end. These are the ones that everyone used to verify. Once their fake addresses are ready, they launch the next phase of their plan. The scammers send tiny, seemingly insignificant transactions worth 0 Ethereum to the target's wallet. They only cost an Ethereum gas fee of 65 cents. These are known as dust transactions. They seem harmless, but they serve a dark purpose. It embeds the poisoned addresses into the transaction history. Now, you need to make a transfer. In your rush, you scroll through your history, spot the familiar start and end of the address, and copy it, trusting your memory. But in that moment of trust, you have unknowingly invited a disaster. You paste the poisoned address, initiate the transfer, and just like that, your funds are gone. The transaction is irreversible. It's a trap made with patience and meticulous precision. And unlike the traditional banking system, we all know that money lost over the blockchain are almost impossible to get back. But what if I told you that this crypto trader had managed to get his money back? The trader was in a deep trouble. In a matter of moments, $70 million had vanished. But instead of winding down about it, he took a different approach. He already had nothing to lose. The money was gone. So, using Ethereum's input data messaging system, he sent a bold message.
You won, bro. Keep 10% to yourself and get 90% back. Then we forget about that. We both know that $7 million will definitely make your life better, but 70 million won't let you sleep well.
But the scammer did not reply, so in a last attempt, he followed up the next day with 3 more messages, setting a deadline.
The second and last message, we both know there is no way to clean these funds. You will be traced. We also both understand the sleep well phrase wasn't about your moral and ethical qualities. Nevertheless, we officially admin your right to the 10%. Send 90% back. There are 24 hours for you before 9 a.m.
6th May 2024 to make a decision that wouldn't change your life in any case. There is no turning back after this. We haven't posted anything on Twitter yet.
The scammer was now forced with a tough choice. He could keep all the money, but live a life constantly looking over his shoulder, risking prison, laundering the funds multiple times, and possibly fleeing to a country without extradition laws. Or he could take the $7 million legally, no laundering, no escaping, just freedom to enjoy his fortune without fear. It was a difficult position to be in, and the scammer didn't respond for a while. The deadline had passed, and it seems like the scammer had already took the decision for himself. But then, something unexpected happened. On May 9th, 2024, 4 days after the deadline had passed, the trader opened up his dashboard to find that he had received 50 Ethereum, who sent them a different address. The scammer tried to show a gesture of good faith. After that, the scammer responded through an on-chain message asking for the trader's Telegram handle, and the negotiations seemed to work. The next day, the refund process began. Over the course of more than 200 transactions from hundreds of different addresses, over half of the stolen amount had already been returned to the trader. It was an outcome no one expected, bringing a win for both the trader and the scammer. Crypto scams come in all shapes and forms. Address poisoning is just one piece of a much larger, more evil puzzle. Scammers have evolved, crafting increasingly sophisticated schemes to gather off as much of their victims' money as possible. From phishing attacks and rug pulls to full-scale cyber attacks, the arsenal of crypto criminals is vast and ever-expanding. The scale of the problem is staggering. In the first quarter of 2024 alone, cryptocurrency scams and hacks led to losses of over $430 million. And that's just a snapshot. In 2023, total global losses from crypto investment scams exceeded $3.94 billion, a 53% increase from the previous year. These numbers paint a dark picture of a rapidly escalating issue. No corner of the globe is untouched. In Australia, for instance, over $350 million has been lost to crypto-based investment schemes since 2020. But in the US, crypto scams have become the most costly type of fraud, with billions lost annually.